Okay, so let me share my screen. We will start. Progress and start Jenkins server. In today's session, we will be learning about a new tool called JFrog. The JFrog is basically an artifact storage tool. First log into Jenkins and then you jump there. When it start, we'll jump on JFrog. Is the tool here. Okay, so the JFrog is basically a tool that comes from Artifactory. And it is used to store the artifacts. If you remember, when we build our Java application, we generated a jar file, right? So those jar files we cannot store in the Jenkins. So to store them, we need some sort of server. So this JFrog is used to store and manage those artifacts. Okay. Now this JFrog comes with, let's say, it's an enterprise tool that you have to purchase a license, but it provides you a 15 days of trial period. So we can get started by providing our email address. So my email address is already used. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna generate a temporary email. If there are some services that creates the emails that generate the email for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna use this one, temp-mail.org. So it is generating our temporary email. Let's wait. Okay, it has generated. I will copy this email. In your case, guys, you can start with your own email. You put here first name. I will say join. You. So now, yeah, email is verified. So let's click on proceed. Okay, we are gonna go with the free trial. Free trial with cloud trial. Okay, so you see, it's provided us 14 days of cloud trial. Now we need to create a host name. So I will say Java from checking. Okay, it's saying this host name is already taken. So let's say I will yeah, so I can use this invent tag.jfrog.io. So in your case, you can use anything or let's say blah blah whatever. Okay, like this, any kind of subdomain you can use. Okay, anyway, it is a trial, so that's fine. You can use it for 15 days, and that will be we are details. And company name, you can provide any name. So I'm just providing an invent tag. Phone number, that's fine. You don't need to provide. Hosting preference, I will choose AWS, DevOps, and DevOps engineer. Guys, I hope you can see my screen, correct?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay, so yeah. So name, you can provide anything, the host name, company name, anything you can provide. Hosting preference, anything you can choose. It doesn't matter any at all. And choose your role. And have offer here also you can choose your interest, anything, and just click on try it now. Creating our domain name, that's great. It takes some time, take some time, time, right? Okay. So it's asking for the password. So password, I will just say hello 123. Okay. We send to the password. Sorry if I have changed. I'm just storing it here. Okay. If later on I will need it. Yeah. So with that, let's create a password and login. Never. Okay. So our JFrog platform is now set up. Okay, guys. So yeah, you can see our artifact server. That's how it's gonna look for us. It's showing here 14 days of trial and free trial until June of 30. That's fine. You don't need to worry. 14 days is much time to do the hands-on here. Now let me walk you through this platform that what are the different options we have here. So here, first of all, we have this get started. Here we can create the repository. Okay, so don't confuse with the repository like the GitHub repository. It's not like that. So this repository is basically to store the artifacts, like your jar files or your WAR files, or let's say your DRL files. It basically means after compilation, whatever things are getting generated, you can use to store these things here. Okay. So I'm gonna create my very first repository here. So let's click on go. Now it will ask you that what kind of artifact you are gonna store it here. Okay, like as I explained you earlier, that different technology or different languages have different types of artifacts. In case of Java, we have this Maven, right? For Node.js, we have npm. Okay, for .NET, or maybe we have this Nugget. For Java, we have one more type, Gradle. This is for Go language. This is for PHP language. This is for Chef. This is if you are working for on some containers, you can also store Docker images here. Okay, this is for Helm. Okay, this is for npm for Python. So it supports varieties of types of languages. Okay, and if you are not sure what is your type, you can select this generic one. Generic basically means a generic repository where you can store any kind of artifact. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this generic one as of now. So here I will name it inventec. Inventec repo, and let's click on delete. Okay, so our repository has been created. Your generic repository was created successfully. I will do it later. Okay, our repository is created. We can go to artifact and packages. And under artifacts, we can see our repository, inventec repo generic local. Okay, now this repository is empty. Now that's fine. We are done from this JFrog setup. And you see, this is your repository URL. Okay, it's your base URL, inventec.jfrog.io, then artifactory slash your repository name. Okay, now we are going to connect this repository with our Jenkins because we want to integrate this with Jenkins so that after building the artifact, Jenkins can push those artifacts into here. Okay, so let me log into our Jenkins server. And also, let me log into SonarQube. This is admin and password sonar 133. We log in. Let's log into Jenkins server. Username is admin, password password. Okay, we are here. Let's go to manage Jenkins. And first of all, I will just change this IP addresses because if you remember, our Jenkins and SonarQube are connected, but as we stop the server, so they are still pointing to the old IP address. So first I will need to change the webhook here. It is still pointing to the old Jenkins, so I will modify it. Upload the new Jenkins domain, Jenkins IP address. Okay, we save it now. We need to add the SonarQube server URL as well. Yeah, this is SonarQube server URL. We change that IP address. All right, we are good. Now we will integrate JFrog Artifactory. So before that, so here in this page, if I search for something, let's say Artifactory, I didn't find anything. If I search for JFrog, I didn't find anything. Why? Because as of now, our Jenkins is not ready to connect with JFrog. So to make it happen, we need to install the Artifactory plugin first. So we'll go to plugins. And go to available plugins. So here we'll search for, let's say, Artifactory. Yeah, so this is the plugin name, the Artifactory, or let me search for JFrog as well. Yeah, this is the plugin only. So you need to install this plugin, Artifactory. This plugin allows your build jobs to deploy artifacts and resolve dependencies to and from Artifactory. So Artifactory basically means this only. Okay, JFrog. Okay, so let me install it. Okay, the plugin is installed successfully. Let's close this out, or we'll go to manage Jenkins. Now we need to make the connection from our Jenkins to this JFrog server. Let's see how we can create that. The system. So here you look for the Artifactory configuration. If you keep on scrolling, you see we got this option JFrog. Okay, so just click on this add JFrog instance, add JFrog platform instance. So guys, if you now remember that previously we were not having this option here, but now it's showing here. Why? Because we have installed that plugin. Let me click on it, add JFrog instance ID. I will just say Artifactory server. You can name it anything, it's your choice, okay? Here we need to provide our server URL, that is this. Okay, now the username and password. So this is basically, this is the username and hello123 is the password. So I'm gonna provide them. Username is this and password is hello123. After this, you have to test the connection, whether this instance is reachable from Jenkins or not. You can just click on test connection. Yes, it's a found JFrog Artifactory 7.87.3 at this. Now, if you go here, somewhere I think we can see the version. But that's fine. No, we are able to reach it out. Okay, if you provide any wrong information, for example, let's say my email address is incorrect or my URL, I have, let's say this. If you provide test connection, it will show this kind of error. So make sure you provide the correct URL, the correct username and password. Let's say if I provide the wrong username, then also it's gonna give me this error, bad connection. Any question, guys, so far?
Sir, on doubt.
Yes, please.
Sir, have you, have you installed a JFrog or only the artifact in the plugin?
In the plugin, we installed Artifactory. Artifactory is a parent company. JFrog is their one of product.
Okay, 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 got it, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
thank you. Any more question, guys?
Yeah, no question.
Okay, cool. Okay, so with that, our Jenkins is now connected to our JFrog server or the Artifactory, basically. Now let's apply it. Now, while calling this server, we will be needing this server ID. Okay, so let me copy it. We can use it. Let's save it. I will put it here to make it handy. So that's how the integration works. So if someone asks you, how do you integrate JFrog server? Okay, so now let's go to our job, that is Java pipeline. Now I will add a stage for for JFrog here. So let's open it. So after Sonar Cube, I will in the deploy stage, I will add that stage. Let's go to configure. So let's go to pipeline. Now in the deploy stage, I have written all this logic. So if param deploy equal to true, prod. In the prod, I will specify here. Okay, so let me add the logic in the prod, or let's keep it, and I will create a new stage here. Stage artifact. Okay, it's basically the deploy stage only, guys. So steps. Okay, guys. So now I'm gonna write some kind of logic here. First, observe me, then I'm gonna explain you. Okay. Here I'm putting the server ID. Okay, guys. So here written some kind of logic. Let me explain you. So this RT upload method is provided as part of this plugin. So when you install the plugin, it also, it gives you that option to add your server, and also under the pipeline, you can use this RT upload method. Now this RT upload takes a few parameters. First of all, your server ID. So the server ID should be the one that we created. If you remember, let's cross check. If you remember, while configuring the JFrog, we created this server ID. This is a server ID. So if you have, any more instance here, okay, you can use that server ID. So whatever server ID you will use, it will deploy your artifact on that server. So I'm going to use this one. So it will deploy my artifact in this server. Then in the day, we have one more parameter called spec. And inside this spec, we have this files parameter. So in the files parameters, it is asking where is the pattern and target. Pattern basically means where is your source file. So as we all know that when we run this pipeline, it will create a build folder, and inside the build folder, we will be having our jar file, right? So I just provided build slash star.jar because the name could be anything, version could be anything. That's why I provided here a wildcard star.jar. And target means the remote repository path. The URL it's already know, so you don't need to provide the URL. You need to provide your repository name. So our repository name is Inventec repo generic local. So here we have multiple repositories. If you want to push your artifact into this, you need to provide this name. If you have more repositories, you can specify in which repository you want to store. And slash. Now here I provided a Jenkins variable build number, so that every time, if you remember, when we build our pipeline, it creates the build number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will create a folder with that number. So we can easily get to know that, let's say if I want to get a build from build number 13, so here it will create one more folder inside this build number 30, and inside this you can find our jar file. Okay. So now let's see this in action. So just going to build parameter. So run deploy. Anyway, this will not affect us. So I'm gonna select anyone. Let's click on build now. So far we can see our repository is empty, there is nothing. So if you don't change, if you don't change, it will not change your the IP addresses. It is gonna fail somewhere here or here. Okay, it failed in the artifact storage. Artifact code, let's see. Recognize token files. Okay, I got it. Supervising correct spec. There should be a curly bracket after in the spec. Then we have files. Okay, now let's apply and rerun. Let's rerun it. Let's build it now. Running, let's wait. Okay, this time it's successful. Let's go and verify here. I will do a refresh. Okay, now it's showing. See, if I expand it, okay, it's not showing our files. That's in the output. Okay, I think okay, my bad. We don't have that build folder. We have this target folder. Let's verify, So I will go to workspace. Okay. See, we don't have that build folder. We have the target folder. You need to provide here the target instead of build. Okay, now it should work. So it's basically looking where is your jar file. So we have to say that we have our jar file in this target folder. Okay, so let's build with parameter. Successful. Let's go and verify. Okay, now you can see I have a 16 number folder that is referring to this. And if I go inside it, I can see the Inventec app 4.0.jar file. So that's how you can utilize this JFrog. Any question, guys? Guys, any questions so far in the integration and the stage creation?
Yeah, not for us.
Okay, so this is for build number 16. Okay, if you click on this, it will show you all of the information. Okay, the name is Inventec app 4.0.jar. It's basically coming from that form.xml file. If you remember, form.xml file. Here we have 4.0. Now, if I change it, let's say the version to 5.0 and commit. And if we rerun our pipeline next time, we'll be having a 5.0 version. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now we have a build number 17 here. To expand it, here we have Inventec app 5.0. Clear, guys? So now you can store your artifact in this server and that can be staked, because in Jenkins we all know that anytime these builds can be deleted. So if you delete this build, you will also lose your that artifacts. Yeah, any question on this, guys?
Not much.
Okay, so I think that's it for the day, guys. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop in the chat box. Or yeah, we are good with now. So now, next we will be starting with the containerization, Docker, introduction of Docker with Jenkins, then Kubernetes, and then we will be moving to the monitoring part and then AWS. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask anytime. Okay, we have a coordinator, Lalit, in the group. He may help you for any kind of issues. Yeah, if you don't have any more questions, I think we are good to drop. Yeah, okay, everyone, then see you in the next session. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.